So let's talk about AI at university. It's totally rewriting the rules, right? It's way more than just a fancy search engine now. It's becoming a real partner in our work. But that brings up a huge question. How do we use this incredible new partner without accidentally sabotaging our own education? Let's dive in and break it down. And this quote from educator Ethan Mollick, he just nails it. It perfectly captures the core issue. I mean, in most of our lives, getting things done faster is the goal, but education is different. The struggle, that mental workout you have to do, that's not some obstacle to get around. That struggle is the whole point. And that's the conflict we have to figure out. And look, this isn't some conversation for the future. It's happening right now. Research is showing that something like 2/3 of university students are already using generative AI. It's here. It's in our study sessions, it's in the classroom, and it's absolutely changing how we learn. So we've got to understand the trade-offs. On one side of the coin, you've got this incredible promise. AI can make you unbelievably efficient. But on the other side, studies are already flagging a pretty clear risk. Relying on it too much can actually lead to weaker memory, it can dull your critical thinking, and yeah, it can hurt your performance in the long run. It's a classic double-edged sword. So that's the big question we're going to tackle in this explainer, right? How do you use this amazing tech to actually become a better, smarter student, to make your work stronger, without letting it chip away at the very reason you're at university to begin with? All right, first up, let's talk about the biggest, most tempting pitfall, the shortcut trap. It's that natural pull to use AI for the easy way out, which unfortunately is the exact opposite of what a real education is all about. So to really get why this is a trap, we gotta look at how we actually learn. This is Bloom's taxonomy, and you can think of it like a ladder for your brain. The whole point of university is to push you up this ladder. You move past just remembering and understanding facts and get into those really crucial higher level skills, like analyzing a problem, evaluating sources, and creating something totally new. So think about it for a second. When you're working on something, are you just trying to get it done? Just check the box with the least amount of effort? That's surface learning. Or are you trying to actually get it, to really understand what it all means and connect the dots? That's deep learning. And those AI shortcuts, they almost always keep you stuck in that shallow, surface level zone. And here's the bottom line, the thing you really need to remember. When you ask an AI to just write your essay for you or solve the problem, you're not actually saving time. You're just skipping the mental workout. You're bypassing all the essential cognitive heavy lifting. That feeling of struggle when you're wrestling with a really tough concept, that's not a sign you're failing. It's the sign that your brain is literally building new connections. That effort is the learning process. Okay, but it's not just about skipping leg day for your brain. Using AI as a simple shortcut is also risky because, frankly, the tool itself is a pretty flawed collaborator. To use it safely, you absolutely have to understand its limitations. You kind of have to think of an AI's brain as having two parts. First, there's its trained knowledge. This is a gigantic database of information, but it's frozen in time. It literally can't learn anything new after it's been built. Then there's the context window, which is like its short-term memory for your conversation. And it is tiny. If your chat gets too long, it literally forgets what you were talking about just a few minutes ago. And because of this weird memory setup, AI is famous for something called hallucinations. Basically, these are answers that sound totally confident and plausible, but they're just wrong or completely made up. Now, the AI isn't trying to lie to you. It's just a prediction machine. It's incredibly good at predicting what words should come next to form an answer that looks right. It has no idea what true even means. And if you want a perfect, kind of hilarious example of this, check this out. This is a real thing that happened. An AI suggested adding non-toxic glue to pizza so the cheese wouldn't slide off. It sounds ridiculous, but it's a brilliant illustration of a basic fact. AI does not understand the real world. It just matches patterns. And if it can be that wrong about something so obvious, just imagine the kinds of subtle, hard-to-spot mistakes it could make in your complex assignments. So when you rely on it too much, you run into some really serious risks. The AI models can inherit all the biases from their training data, like that infamous Amazon hiring tool that learned to penalize female candidates. You risk cognitive diskilling. It's a classic use it or lose it situation for your brain. And finally, you get knowledge transfer problems. You might use AI to finish one assignment, but you haven't actually built the skill, so you can't apply that knowledge later on, say in an exam. All right, so I know that sounds a little doom and gloom. We've talked about the traps, the risks, but that does not mean you should just avoid AI. Not at all. The solution is to change your mindset. We need to move from thinking of it as a replacement to thinking of it as an enhancement. It's all about finding a smarter way to collaborate. I love this metaphor because it's the perfect way to think about it. An AI should be a lever. What does a lever do? It multiplies the force you're already applying, making your own work more powerful. But you still have to be the one pushing down on the lever. You have to provide the force. The AI just helps you lift something heavier than you could on your own. Okay, so how do we actually do that? How do we use the lever correctly? Well, researchers have come up with a really solid three-stage model. First, you start the process. It's human-led. You do your own thinking and exploring. Then, stage two, you bring in the AI to augment your investigation and expand on your ideas. But the final step is the most important one. You, the human, synthesize and integrate everything. You check the facts, you make the judgments, you own the final product. You're always in the driver's seat. Let's get super practical for a second. Look at the difference here. A bad prompt, what we call cognitive offloading, is basically asking the AI to do the work for you. Give me marketing strategies. But a good critical thinking prompt asks the AI to help you do the work. Suggest sources where I can find data. See the difference? The first one replaces your brain, the second one supports it. So think of it this way. You can hire your AI for a few specific jobs and it's great at them. You can use it as an idea generator, a brainstorming partner to kickstart your thinking. You can use it as a focused research assistant to help you find articles and sources. And one of the best uses, as a personalized tutor that can explain a tough concept to you in 5 different ways until it finally clicks. Right, we're almost there. The last piece of this puzzle isn't just about being smart, it's about being ethical. You need to develop your own internal compass for using these tools, making sure you're always acting with academic integrity. And don't get it twisted, universities are figuring out the rules for this stuff, and fast. Just submitting text that an AI wrote is considered AI plagiarism. Using it to do a whole assignment for you, that's the modern version of contract cheating. And just passing off AI-assisted work as entirely your own is a flat-out misrepresentation of your own skills. So, what's the key here? It's all about transparency. Just be honest. This is a perfect template for how to disclose your use of AI. It's clear, it's specific, and it shows that even though you used a tool to help, you are taking full ownership of the real thinking, the research, the analysis, the conclusions. This is what professional integrity looks like. And, this whole idea of taking ownership, it's not just for university. It connects directly to a huge professional standard called human in the loop. In the real world, in fields like medicine or finance, an AI might flag a weird spot on an X-ray or a risky loan, but a human expert, a doctor, a loan officer, has to make the final decision. They are the one who is ultimately accountable. And that's a question I really want you to think about, starting right now. Because your university work is the training ground for your career. Learning how to be that human in the loop for your own projects, it starts today. When will it be your job to provide that critical judgment, that ethical oversight that an AI simply can't? So let's wrap it all up with this one idea. The goal isn't just to learn how to use a new tool. It's to master a new kind of collaboration. AI is this powerful, sometimes weird, and definitely fascinating new partner in our work. And really, the one question you have to ask yourself is, are you the one leading this collaboration,